From Los Angeles to a worldwide audience, this is Boaz Power TV, where we take your life to the next level. Now, internationally known speaker and author, here's Boaz.
Hi, welcome to the Power Show. You are part of the Power Nation, and I'm so glad you're here. Because here we help you improve your attitude, your relationships, your finances, and your career as we take your life to the next level. And one of the great things I teach about attitude all over the world in my seminars is when people ask you, how's business, how's life, how's everything? One word with enthusiasm, unbelievable. Nobody will know what you're up to, but they'll think you're doing great. This is episode number 192 of Boaz Power TV, and I call this one, Be Careful of the Company You Keep. Everyone in each of our lives belongs to one of two unions. You don't have to check their membership cards. You know who they are. The two unions are the building crew and the wrecking crew. The building crew and the wrecking crew. There is no middle ground. The people with whom you surround yourself are either building you up and encouraging you, or they are criticizing you and tearing you down. You clearly have a choice. And in order to live a happy and fulfilling life, you must be careful of the company you keep. Don't let anyone steal your dreams. Don't let anyone steal your joy. This was made evident to me recently in two different instances. The first one involved a young man named James, and the second was a lady named Mary. They both realized that by their own choices, they were in life situations that were detrimental to their futures. Each one made important changes that turned their lives around. James grew up in South Carolina. As a teenager, his older sister moved to California to go to college. With both of his parents working full-time jobs, James had very little supervision. He got involved with the wrong kind of friends, started skipping high school classes, and he had some close calls with the law. Life was going in the wrong direction for James because he was spending time with the wrecking crew. That would have probably continued until it was too late. James could have ended up in jail, seriously hurt, or possibly killed because of the dangerous activities in which he was now involved. Well, James' life was turned around one weekend when he traveled to Los Angeles to attend his sister's graduation from college. As he saw her proudly receive her diploma, a light came on in James's mind. He saw the huge gap between his sister's accomplishments and his own miserable situation in South Carolina. His sister had chosen to surround herself with members of the building crew, and she indeed was building a promising life. When I met him recently in Orange County, James related the following. I realized at my sister's graduation that I had to stop associating with the wrong people in South Carolina. I had to get away from them as far as possible. So I asked my sister if I could come to California and live with her for a while. I was going to change my life. James's sister was thrilled with his decision and welcomed him with open arms. When I met him, he was working in the afternoons and evenings at Home Depot as a cashier. He looked a little tired because he was going to school in the mornings. He had gotten his GED and he was taking computer programming classes. He was making something of himself, and he was proud of his accomplishments. Quote, it's amazing how quickly my life turned around once I got away from the wrong people, changed my circumstances, and got around the right people, James told me. He may have looked a little tired when I met him, but there was a great sense of satisfaction in his eyes. Now, Mary. Mary is a lady in her early 50s. She's bright, smart, intelligent, and she came to a similar realization as James did. She wanted to start a new career as a speaker and author on a topic which had been of interest to her for many years. Unfortunately, a number of the people she spent time with on a regular basis were members of the wrecking crew. Whenever Mary would comment on her goals and desires, the wrecking crew would criticize her and put down her ambitions. Thus, she listened to them, internalized their skepticism, and didn't take action. She finally realized that nothing in her life was going to change until she changed. Remember the old line, for things to change, I've got to change. she decided to get away from all members of the wrecking crew and to seek out members of the building crew. As she related to me, and I quote, "It was amazing how quickly things began to change for the better. It's as if I had been dragging a ball and chain. Once I cut that chain, I was able to run forward toward my dreams." Now, take a look at your own life. Are you keeping company with members of the wrecking crew? If so, how long are you going to allow your life to be torn down? Now listen, I'm talking to you as much as I'm talking to me. Come on. Isn't it time to start building up? Isn't it time to look for some members of the building crew? And I believe you now do that, don't you? So here's the affirmation for this episode of Boaz Power TV. It's a building crew affirmation, and you may want to write it down. I seek out and keep company with members of the building crew. That's simple. I seek out and keep company with members of the building crew. If you like these messages, and many people around the world do, please do me a favor, forward this to 5 people you know, preferably members of the building crew, and suggest they go to my website, boazpower.com, and they can subscribe to the free weekly broadcast on Boaz Power TV. By the way, I also have a whole channel on YouTube, and you can find many of my messages there, so feel free to go to youtube.com/users. That's youtube.com/user, USER/Boaz Power TV. Thank you for joining me. You are special, you are unique, you are destined for greatness, and you are definitely part of the building crew, and that's who you seek to spend time with. Because after all, I see it in you. You are a champion. Have a powerful day.
This has been Boaz Power TV. To comment, see other episodes, or to subscribe to this free broadcast, go to our blog at boazpower.com. That's boazpower.com. We're here to take your life to the next level.